What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? Their guilt trip made you take a trip. You saw their ways were unchanged and made it an opportunity to get out. People who guilt trip people are some of the most manipulative people that you'll ever meet. Because it's like they see that you're a good person and they're playing on that. And anybody that does that, you're going to have to cut them off. All right, because this person is showing you that they will go, there's no level that they won't steep to. You know, they will go as low as they have to just to try to get what they want. All right, so, this person's guilt trip made you take a trip. There are people who try to guilt trip people in a number of ways, and none of them are good for your psyche. None of them are good for, your mental health. And it's to the point now where when people are trying to play you or make you feel bad or sorry for them, it's just like you're just indifferent to it. You don't have so many people try to guilt trip you, you just don't care. Like somebody could be, not trying to be graphic or whatever, but somebody could have a whole bullet wound in the head, and it's to the point now where, of course, you would help somebody in a dire circumstance. But if somebody tries to make you feel bad about something for a specific reason, then you're not going to allow that to happen. People will try to play good people like that. It's like that movie where somebody acts sick, so they'll take care of them. Or it's like that situation where a couple will be married and one of the couples, one person in the couple acts bedridden, so they don't have to take care of any responsibilities. There are people who are in couples, or there are people who are married and their partner will pretend to have some sickness or some illness, or, they'll pretend that they can't get out of bed. And I know there are some instances where this is not pretending, but there are some instances where it is pretending because people are guilt tripping. And, people will guilt trip you until there's nothing left that you have to give. So it's like, be careful who you manipulate and be careful who you try to play, because you're going to take a good person that's in your corner and turn them into someone that does not care about you because you're playing with them. So when a person is playing with you on that level, like, wow, you really going to try to make me feel bad because of something that I want to do or something that I need to do. Like, that's the worst situation, when a person will guilt trip you and it makes you feel bad. People will purposely try to make you feel bad in more ways than one. And when it's in the form of guilt tripping, you don't have to feel bad about that. All right, you have to be able to recognize the signs when someone is trying to guilt trip you. All right, it's going to be, fake tears. It's going to be someone trying to get you to feel sorry for them for something that's not real. When somebody is going through something and they're experiencing something, you can tell when someone is really down or low or feeling bad or dealing with something. But usually, guilt tripping revolves something that you have to do and you not being able to do it because of what someone else wants. I'm going to say that again. Guilt tripping revolves someone's basically stopping you from trying to go out and get what you want, or stopping you from trying to go out and do something or be something. Someone may be trying to go to a concert, and say you have a relative, they trip and fall and, oh, I'm hurt. Now, they want you to stay home and help them. And now you can't go out and have fun because you're allowing this person to guilt trip you. They may stage an accident. A lot of narcissistic people do this. They stage accidents. They act sick. They act hurt. They act like something bad happened to them. All right. And they manipulate the person into staying home, not going to the prom. I know there are some parents that have done this to their children, especially, their daughters or their, or their sons. Their sons can get it too. But a lot of children get this from their parents. It's like they act sick, they act hurt, so you won't leave and go start off a new life, because they know that they're toxic and they know you need to get away from them in order to grow. But there are some people that who want to hold you back, and they don't want to see your growth take place. They know that if you get away from them, they're not going to be able to pull on your heartstrings. They're not going to be able to control you the way they want. And guilt tripping is a form of manipulation because they're using the guilt trip to take you on a trip of them controlling you. They want to have a certain amount of power over you. So what they do is oh, well, if you go, I'm going to be hurt. Or, if you do this, it's really going to make me feel bad. If you go out to the concert, I'll be able to take care of myself. I did just fall down a flight of stairs, but I'll be okay. Like people do things on purpose and hurt and will even go as far as hurting themselves. People, it's called sabotaging. People will sabotage somebody else from having fun. People will sabotage you from trying to go out and live your life. People will sabotage you and stop you from trying to do things that make you successful. They're the people in relationships that feel that if you go off and do something and, you're not involving them, you're forgetting them. But the thing is, people don't want to see you become successful because it's like, I'm not becoming successful. So it's like they feel like people don't want to see you become successful without them. And when you're going off and working on yourself and studying and reading and, manifesting, they think that it's like, oh, okay, this person's going to become successful. And what am I going to become? When you're becoming successful, you really have to choose the people who you go around and be wise about it, because it's a possibility that they may try and guilt trip you because they feel you getting somewhere that they're not, or they feel you upgrading your life and they're not going to be involved, or you're going out and having fun and their life is over because they're older than you. Like a lot of parents will do this to their children. A lot of siblings will do this to each other. A lot of people just do this in general. And it's to stop something in your life. It's to make you care about them more than you care about yourself. And that right there is the epitome of being selfish. And they'll call you selfish because you actually care about yourself more than you care about them. And you're supposed to care about yourself more than you care about other people, especially when it comes to you making decisions that alter your life. All right, someone that wants to go to prom and they get guilt, like the day of the prom, they'll let you get the dress, they'll let you get your hair done. Ladies, they'll let you get your hair done, nails done, everything did. Fellas, they'll let you get your hair cut. They'll let you get all dapper and fly. And the right before, the prom or right before your big event, boom, 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 they fall down and get hurt mysteriously. When things are too good to be true, it usually is. When you have something going on and someone just mysteriously, magically gets hurt, or something mysteriously, magically happens to where it's like, dang, now I got to choose between this and this. Anybody that has to make you choose in between you living your life and them is the devil. Anyone that's trying to make you choose in between you living your life and putting them first is the devil. You can call auntie, you can call grandmama, you can call cousin Bubba, you can call whoever you want. Cousin Michael, whoever. Cousin, whatever cousin. Somebody gonna have to come and take care of this situation because I got a life to live. You ain't dying, you ain't bleeding, you ain't got a bullet wound. You're faking some aching. Oh, this body part. Don't let people guilt trip you. People, as soon as you leave, you turn around and as soon as you look back, will you help me? You gonna stay and help me? Oh, how nice of you. People will fake it until they make it with you. People will fake it until they don't let people do that. If somebody is really hurt and they're not guilt tripping you, they'll be like, you know what? Just holler at me when you get back. I can hold it down for a few hours. Go out and enjoy yourself. If they really care about you, they would want you to go out and have a good time. And I can understand if an emergency happens, that's something different. Emergencies do happen, but usually there's family involved, there's friends involved, there's other people involved. It's not just going to be a only you kind of thing. Only you. That was terrible. All right. I tried to do that Ashanti thing, the Ashanti song "Only You." That was terrible. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that laugh, Ashanti. If you're watching, I'm sorry. Anyway, like, people will guilt trip you to stop you from living your life because their life doesn't have as much excitement, or they don't have anything that they like to do. All right, if you're around this person, they're probably going to fake like they like what they do. All right, if you've ever been around someone that fakes like they like what they do, they're going to be putting it on so hard. Yeah, this is what I do, and I love it right in front of you. Don't you see how much I love what I do? Like, people will even try to compete with you as far as what you love to do. All right, they don't want you to think that. It's like they don't want you to think lesser of them, but you don't. The only thing that makes you think lesser of them is when you see them try to compete with you as far as finding something that they love to do. That's not cool. People don't like to be around that type of energy. They may even try to tell you that they were doing it before you, or they were doing it first. People, like, manipulators, find ways to get your mind off of the topic at hand or what's important. They float around the topic. They beat around the bush. They will find ways to keep avoiding the subject that needs to be talked about. All right, so it's like they will try to guilt trip you into getting the desired result that they want. All right, they have to stop you from getting your desired result, you fulfilling your desires, your life, your dream, because that's what makes them feel better, because they either don't have anything they want to fulfill, they don't know how to fulfill it, or they can't, and they don't want you to either. So people will guilt trip you and try to stop you from having the life that you want, especially if someone is miserable, especially if they feel their life is over, especially if they feel that, they don't have as much going on for them as you. Maybe they already lived their life. That's the worst type of manipulation right there. Someone that's already lived their life and they're trying to stop you from living yours. That's terrible, and that's awful. And you have to be able to recognize that if you don't want years taken from you where you're focused on other people more than yourself. And that's what this manipulation tactic does. It takes your mind off of you and it makes you put it on to them. It makes you take your mind off of your own affairs and it makes you put other people before you. This is people pleasing 101. All right, they're trying to program you to be a people pleaser. You have to rewrite your program and you have to destroy the people pleasing program. You're going to have to become a bad man. You're going to have to become a bad person in their eyesight, because you putting yourself first is like the ultimate, oh, how could you? But they're not going to be real about it because they honestly don't care. They just don't want you to go out and have a good time, or they don't want you to enjoy yourself or have any fun. So it's like it's going to be fake, and you're going to be able to tell. It's going to be like, this person is acting. Well, it would really hurt me if you left, but I'll manage. I'll be okay. Go off and have a good time. Like, once you feel yourself being guilt tripped, don't get upset. Don't get angry. Just depart. They tell you to go off and have a good time. Take that part of what they said and don't hear, and let everything else go out the other ear. This is how if you're a person that, you may not be too strong in this area, right? You have to work on that. You're going to have to become strong with doing what's best for you and putting yourself first. That's what you're going to have to do, whether it's family, whether it's a relationship, whether it's job, whether it's a coworker. Hey man, so-and-so called in sick. They can't make it. And we know this is your day off. And we know you had this whole thing planned. We know you're about to go on vacation. Can you come in for us? Don't even answer the phone when them jobs call you on your day off. If it's that big of a deal and they make an issue out of it, you can fill out some applications. You ain't working anyway. You're off from work anyway. Find someplace else to work. And people don't need you that bad. They'll find somebody else. Whether they have to find somebody else to fill that spot temporarily because that person called out and they care about them more than they care about you. in your life, that's like the utmost disrespect when people will call you on your day off and try to manipulate you to come in. They know you don't want to be around them. They know they're toxic to you. They think you want to, like, the only day you have to decompress. They like this. I honestly think some of these jobs are trying to kill people. I honestly believe some of these jobs are trying to kill people, or they're just trying to lower your vibration to where it ain't none left. They want you to be dragging in on Monday when, like, they know the difference. See, people can feel the presence of your absence. They feel the presence of your absence. Chosen ones, they feel the presence of your absence. And when you get away from people and they're unable to manipulate your energy for their own benefit, they're bored, they're miserable, they have to rely on themselves with the energy that they have, they seem to be so unhappy with. They're okay as long as you're there suffering with them. Of course, if you're suffering there with them, they're cool with that. You're their buddy, you're their pal, you're their ace in the hole. You're their corner pocket, hole in one, or grand slam, home run. You're their everything. You're everything they need. Ooh yeah. All right, you're everything they need at that point. You're their sunshine and their only sunshine. But as soon as you tell them, you know what, hey, I'm putting myself first, and I'm going to do some things that make me happy. I'm going to do some things that will motivate me, uplift me, better me, educate me. Once you do some things for yourself, they're going to feel some type of way about that. And just because you're doing things for yourself, it doesn't mean you don't care about them. It doesn't mean you're not holding them in a good space in your mind. But the thing about them is they want the number one spot, but they don't know that number one spot is for God. That number one spot is not for them. That number one spot is for God, and you got to do what God put you here to do. Even if it is just going to the prom and having a good time. Even if it is going to your event. Even if it is enjoying your day off. God intended for you to enjoy that day. Don't let them come and ruin it, because that's what they intend on doing. They want to try to guilt trip you into doing whatever it is they want. Oh, you don't love me if you don't do this. Oh, you don't care about me if you don't do this. You're not like so-and-so's kids, but it's okay. Go out and have a good time. As soon as they say the magic words, pew, be gone. As soon as your manipulators say, well, go ahead and do it. As soon as your manipulators say, okay, I'll be fine. I'll just have to sit here and suffer. Let them suffer. They not really suffering. They trying to, they putting on that B action film movie. The B grade actors that they are. They trying to be the A grade actor in your life, and they can't do that. They wouldn't. What you have to ask yourself when people are trying to manipulate you: would this person do this for me? Would they stop and drop everything and put their life on pause for me? Over a real situation? Yes, they probably would. Of course, people are going to, okay, wow, this is serious. Now's really not the time to play games. All right. Most people usually aren't that evil. Some are, unfortunately. But you have to be careful, because some people are just trying to ruin your life. They're trying to steal your joy. Oh, I know this is going to make him happy. Let's F with him. That's what people do. They want to try to F with your happiness. They want to try to F with your energy. They want to try to F with your mental state. So, their guilt trip made you take a trip. It's only so much a person can take until, they meet they 100,000 weight, 100-pound thousand weight, they break, or whatever that guy said. He said, I gotta look up that verse. I've been trying to get that verse down in one of these videos. If you know that verse that I'm trying to say right now, comment that down below. I'm not sure if it's I think it's a song with I think it's a Mobb Deep song. That's what I think. I think it's a Mobb Deep song. A Mobb Deep song. All right. But yeah, all right. They guilt trip you, and it makes you take a trip. It makes you want to go on a voyage of peace. It makes you want to go find a place where people don't play with your mind like that. See, people who manipulate you, they don't understand that sooner or later you're not going to want to be around that anymore. You're not going to want to engage in that manipulation anymore. You're not going to want to be treated like that, because it's a very stressful process to have to keep dealing with people that play with your mind that way, until you come to the point to where you're indifferent and you no longer care. They either make you leave, they either make you not care, or they make you indifferent and you're cold-hearted and you just don't give a, you'll be like, they'll be okay. I gotta go live my life. But that's how it should be anyway. Don't allow them to stop you from living your life. If a person is really hurt, if a person is really in need, if a person is really doing bad, you'll be able to tell. Your intuition will kick in, be like, man, this person is bullshit. This person is lying. Or you'll be able to look at this person and be like, yo, you know what? This person really needs my assistance. They need my help. They're telling the truth. I got you. And they act like you're not. They take the fact that you're that real for granted, because you actually would drop and stop everything that you had going on if it was something that really happened, if it was something that they were really in need for. But these people are just trying to play you in a way that makes them benefit off of you. All right, they're trying to play you in a way to where they can use your good spirit, your heart against you. Don't let them do it. All right, because if they're trying to manipulate you in small ways, they'll try to manipulate you in all ways. Some people just they want to keep you to themselves. They want to stop you from having a good time. All right, they don't want to see you go out and have the time of your life. Some people might manipulate you to not go away to school. Everybody that goes away to college, they have the time of their life. All right, some people may try to manipulate you into staying home, into being around them so they could monitor you and watch you and see that you're not out having the time of your life. When you are a young person, you're supposed to be going off and doing whatever it is you want to do that's legal and that's positive. All right, when you're a young person, you're supposed to be going off and doing everything that you want to do that's legal and positive. And not just for a young person. There might be some young people that are watching my videos. I just want people to be able to save their time and to not have their time stolen, like the movie Time Bandits. All right, I don't want these time bandits in your life to be able to steal your time. And this isn't just for young people. I just had to address that because I know there are some young people who really love the people in their life, their parents, family, whoever they know. And a lot of people that are younger aren't aware of this type of manipulation. They think people are actually hurt. They think people actually need them. They're not aware that people are out there trying to stop them. Or anybody that is older or more mature, they could just listen to this message and apply it to themselves and apply it to their life. But God put it on my spirit because I figured that there might be some people who need to hear this. All right, so from this point of view, but this happens in all walks of life. You could be at any age and people try to manipulate you. It might be Anna Grace and Harold, and Anna Grace don't want Harold to go fishing with the guys. So she cries, or she acts hurt, or she acts like she's sick, so he can't go fishing with his homeboys. Or Harold may act like he slipped a disc, so Anna Grace can't go out on bingo night. So it's like people try to manipulate you in weird ways to try to stop your fun, to try to throw you off track, get you more worried about them than you are yourself. That's a manipulative person. All right, like the level of care that you have for them, it should be enough. You're a good person, and you're doing enough for other people. But if people won't let you do enough for you, how are you even supposed to be there and do good for them? It's impossible. All right, some people don't want you to be your optimum level. They don't care if you could do good for them or not. They just want you where they have you so they can control you. So you have to eliminate that control. All right, they're going to try to guilt trip you, but here's how you trick your mind into not feeling bad. Once they say, well, you can go off and go do your thing, and I'll just sit here. Go off and do your thing, and let their ass just sit there. If they're not bleeding, if they're not shot in the head, if their spine's not broken, all right, if their face didn't just fall off, let them sit there. They're probably faking it. All right, so don't let people do the 51 fake out on you. All right, be able to tell, look at their facial expression, stare them in the eye. They're probably going to look down and not be able to look you in the eye. It's not going to seem believable. It's not going to seem real. It's going to seem like they're faking it. So you have to be able to tell, Otherwise, these people are going to steal your time, and they're going to ruin your life, and they're going to try and stop you from having the time of your life like you're supposed to. All right. God is not trying to stop you from having a good time. All right, as long as you're doing what's right and you're not doing anything against what he says, you're allowed to enjoy yourself. You're allowed to enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's what life is about. Work hard, play hard. As far as doing things that are right and things that won't get you in any trouble, ruin your life, harm you, hurt you, set you back a couple years, poison your body. You don't want to do anything like that. All right. So it's best for you if somebody is helping you and giving you some solid, good advice and trying to keep you away from bad people. That's a positive person. All right. But if somebody's just trying to manipulate you so you don't enjoy yourself, you don't do things you like to do, you don't have fun, cut them off. And the minute they tell you to go out and enjoy yourself, do it.